Welcome to Geektopia. My name is Adam Carruthers, and within Geektopia, we have our own individual segments to segregate everything, make it easier to discuss things and look things up. This is called GeekSquad, where we all agree on watching a film or TV show, and the following week we all discuss it. So if you have any suggestions for this, absolutely anything, please feel free to leave a comment. We've had a few, so I think we need to start addressing some of those soon. But anyway, for this week, we have decided to watch. I keep thinking the movie is called I Care About You when I know it's not. It's I Care a Lot. It's one of the Netflix movies. We have Levi, LeVar Burton, we have Hadis Tagaris, we have Aaron, and we have Chief Jantan. We've all watched it. We may or may not have Papi Zach join us. I think he's asleep because he is a lazy mofo who loves to sleep. So let's crack on ahead. Look out for Zach if he does appear suddenly out of nowhere. First and foremost, we literally sat here for about 10 minutes watching Chief Jantan watch the movie. So he's been in the Zoom call whilst running the movie on his laptop or whatever. You're going to get an instant reaction from him right now. Chief Jantan, did you like it?
Yeah, I like it actually. I enjoyed the movie. The three sentences everywhere. A bit unrealistic, but I enjoyed it as a whole.
Okay. Contrast that, because I know someone here didn't enjoy it particularly much. LeVar Burton.
Oh
What does she enjoy except Bridgerton?
I like the other movies like Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You like your big spectacle pieces. What about I Care a Lot?
I mean, the movie is nice. It was good, but I wouldn't watch it again. I'm so sorry to say that. Like, I think I say this a lot for most of the movies that we've reviewed. It was quite draggy at some parts. I don't know whether you guys agree with me. But yeah, it was just okay lah. Just, I don't know. Nothing much to say about the movie, honestly.
All right, fair enough. Usually your spiritual celestial twin tends to be in agreement with you. I don't know about today. In fact, I kind of do know based on her reaction there. Hadis Tagaris.
I'm not in agreement.
She's not.
No, I enjoyed the movie. I really liked it. Like how I enjoyed Gone Girl, I really enjoyed this movie too. And I don't think it's non-realistic. I think based on my own country experience, maybe. But I know things like this happens. People really are getting conned.
Okay.
The getting conned part is of course realistic. I'm talking about like the girl who the con man trying to get one over the Russian mafia.
Yeah.
And that's the unrealistic part that I'm talking about.
Same here.
That happens all the time.
Yeah. The film, I think, was made to address failings of the care system, but to take on the Russian mafia like that,
it was too easy.
Hadis, you can't say that part is realistic, right?
No.
Maybe in Iran it is realistic.
What about you, Aaron? Did you enjoy the movie?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. Thanks for Sarah to recommending this movie, and I feel like it's really low key, cruel, dark, and wicked, yet entertaining for me.
Levi, I need to know,
Yes.
how did you view the movie as a genre? What kind of movie did you think it is?
I know that they put it as thriller, which it wasn't a thriller to me. I would say like a normal drama.
Okay, it's I think it's actually a dark comedy.
Yeah, but like I maybe other people has different perspective on dark. When I see dark, it needs to be really, really dark.
Okay,
This was just like okay.
This was just a child's play for Levi.
Yeah, it's a black comedy. I mean, Rosamund Pike, she won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Motion Picture Comedy or Musical, not any other category. So it fits firmly into that. Did you find it funny in that sense? Did you understand the black comedy, Chief Jantan? I
didn't find it funny. I find it tragic, actually, because the system is so tragic, I've heard about this for a long time now, and it's especially bad in America. I think John Oliver did a piece on it. So it's just very tragic, the drama, that this situation. So I didn't really find it very funny. Although I think there's some comedic parts in it, but as a whole, I find it more tragic than anything.
For me, my take on the movie was it is very hard to relate to any of the characters in it. There's almost no redeeming characteristics for Marla, played by Rosamund Pike, played very well by Rosamund Pike. There's no redeeming qualities for Peter Dinklage's character, although he was also brilliant in this movie. There's almost nothing likable about this movie. Usually you're rooting for someone, right? Usually you're hoping. Honestly, what I was hoping was that Marla will get her comeuppance, which she does ultimately. That was the only thing that was keeping me going in this movie, seeing how her story arc would continue. What do you reckon, Hadis?
I think I enjoyed the part that she actually died at the end, because it would have been too good to be true. Like that empire that she builds and ongoing, I think it's too good to be true. And it's also, I feel when we watch a movie, it's a form of education. So it's like if you encourage people to keep doing this without them, like, you know, having a karma in their back. So it's like, what are we encouraging our next generation?
Levy's about to say that Zach's here.
Yeah.
Bring him in. Hello, Zach. Oh, looking good.
I was expecting a blonde.
Looking good.
Look,
sexy.
My wig selections is limited. Okay,
It's okay.
No,
It's understandable. One thing we were talking off camera. There's no one likable in this and the healthcare system, but I went online and I talked about the disparity between the reviews. If you go to Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb, whatever, the critical reviews, and again, Hollywood is very left-leaning, it's like 80% for the movie, which is great. Rosamund Pike won an award, great. But if you look at the audience reviews, the people who are actually going out and watching it, some of them say they can't finish the movie. It's like 35% approval rate, which is very, very low. There's a huge, almost 50% disparity there. And another point they bring up is the healthcare system there for the elderly, the guardianship system is not expanded on enough. Yeah, it starts off as the crux of the movie, but it doesn't go any further than that. There's no other facts and figures in the movie. You're taking it at face value, like maybe this isn't actually really a thing. Maybe it's just one bad individual, which is Marla. There's nothing further than that.
But I think if you go in further than that, it becomes a documentary more than a movie.
It can, but there was no facts shown in the movie. You can still put it in exposition speeches. There's nothing, for me, they didn't go deep enough. It touched on it, but it looked more like, okay, it's one bad person doing this. It doesn't seem to imply that the system is systematically bad. That's my takeaway from it, if you get what I mean. It focused more about how dislikable Marla is rather than the healthcare system.
Isn't that good acting though? I mean,
oh no, the acting was superb. Peter Dinklage, Rosamund Pike, the acting was superb.
Yeah, I've never felt more disdain towards the main character before, even though they're bad. Like I'm thinking like all the movies that it was a con artist and then they conned the wrong person and then then they try to work it out, whatever. But you kind of like those con artist guys because I mean there was a likable feature about, but Marla was just so mean. You're like, damn. Before you join, I want to like you, but damn.
Before you join, Hadis said you couldn't wait for her to die in the movie.
But I enjoyed how it ended. Yeah. Like you just saw it like, and then you're like, okay, I accept.
The film for me was the first half was about the healthcare system for one woman, and I guess you could say Mrs. Feldstrom right at the start, and her son, and how angry he got. He ends up killing Marla at the end.
Spoilers.
Yeah, there are spoilers. Yeah, so that's the first half of the movie, but the second half is about her taking on the Russian mafia. It goes completely away from the guardianship system, completely away. The other message in the movie is it's anti-capitalism. So again, that's a very, very Hollywood thing, by the way.
You read too much, bro. You just gotta take it at face value, man. Like, hey, look, there's these hot lesbian couples, they get it on in the shower. Okay. Oh, but they're pissed off the wrong people. Okay. Something bad is gonna come to you. But hey, it works out.
It does work out. What about, Peter Dinklage? I just have to bring up Peter Dinklage's name in this movie because he was superb. I love Peter Dinklage. We talk about a lot of Rosamund Pike, and yes, she was brilliant. She won an award for it. But Peter Dinklage himself was also excellent. He's excellent in anything he does. Hadis, are you a fan of Peter Dinklage?
Yes. Whoever watched Game of Thrones, I think is a fan.
Yeah. In fact, it's funny you should say Game of Thrones because a lot of criticism about this movie was it starts off like Game of Thrones in terms of being good, but it ends like Game of Thrones season 8.
Oh my God, I really want a remake of season 8 of Game of Thrones from episode 2 onwards.
Yeah.
Levy wouldn't know.
Yes.
He hasn't
Yeah.
watched.
Oh, you never watched Game of Thrones?
No, I have failed.
Peter
don't think-
Dinklage is the major character in Game of Thrones.
I've seen him in like short clips.
Okay.
I thought you've seen the memes.
Wow, Levy, really short clips.
I meant
Wow.
short clips. I said
Wow.
short clips. I said short clips.
You might have seen him in one of the X-Men movies as well. I think it was named Bolivar Trask. He played a character
Days
in
of
X-Men
Future.
as well.
Days
Yeah.
of Future Past.
Yeah. So he was superb in that. I mean, the guy is so talented. I love it. And I also have to say Rosamund Pike does an American accent really well because she's not.
She's British.
She's British, exactly. And I think she spent her entire career exercising the demons of starring in Die Another Day, Pierce Brosnan's James Bond, because that was a train wreck of a James Bond movie. And she was in it. Not that she was bad in it, but it's just a movie full stop. And then they ended up rebooting it not too long thereafter with Daniel Craig. So Rosamund Pike from Gone Girl, this, and a whole bunch of other movies. Brilliant actress. Zach, what are you thinking? It looks like you're zoning out. What's going through your mind?
Oh, I was looking at Asa Gonzalez.
Oh, Asa
Oh.
Gonzalez.
Oh.
Of course you were.
Yeah,
Great relationship between the two as well.
yeah. I wonder how many takes they did.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Look at you all happy. Hey, you're supposed to be fasting.
Yeah, fasting lah.
How long have we been going for? A little while. I think it's time we gave a wee bit of a score for the movie. So let's start with Levy, since I think you and I will probably be along the same lines here. Everyone else would be along their lines.
Yeah.
What rating did you give this movie?
I would give it a 5.
A 5.
5.5
Wow.
lah. 5.5 lah.
I was about to say the same.
Yeah.
I would split it into two. I would say the first half of the movie would be probably about a 7.5, but the second half brought the movie down to 5.5. So, Hadis, yourself?
I'll give it an 8.
An 8. Wowzers. All right. Aaron, you're going to go as high as an 8 or higher?
7.5 for me.
Okay.
Okay.
0.5 lower than Hadis. Slightly more critical from Aaron. What about Chief Jantan,
I'll give it a 7.5 because I agree with you about the second part.
where she takes on the Russian mafia by herself?
Doesn't make
Uh,
sense.
Yeah. Anyway,
What?
Puppy.
Are you trying to say? I mean, she's Rosamund Pike, all right? She MI6. Hello.
so
all right. I'm gonna agree with Hadi. I'm gonna give it an 8. This movie really surprised me from the start. I was just like, bruh. But then it's like, ooh, she's bad. Like she's really bad, and you want really bad things to happen to her. So that's what hooked me. Like I want to see how this ends for her, right?
yeah.
And going about the ending, yeah, it sucked that she ended up like that after taking on the Russian mafia, but they're like, oh, that's how it ended. But yeah, the movie got me like, it's surprisingly it had that Green Book effect on me. It's like it got me hooked.
Yeah, I think that's about wrapping up our review part, but make sure you leave a comment if you disagree or agree with us. But we need to discuss what's next. So it's been a while since Zach recommended something. I know you don't. I know you shirk away from responsibility, Zach.
Ooh.
But I'm passing you the buck here. You have to tell us what to watch. We'll all sit down and watch it. This can be something you've already seen or not seen, and then we'll discuss it next week.
Okay. So this movie, it's just I don't know if it's released yet in the movies here, but it's a sequel to Crazy Rich Asians. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I kid. I just wanted to see your reaction at it.
Okay. Thank God for that. Go on.
It's actually got the guy from Bridgerton. That's like your pug's eye face. All right. Okay, so he's a comedian. He's known to do comedic bits. Bob Odenkirk's Nobody.
Cool. So next week, Nobody. That is what we're going to be watching. So if you want to be part of the conversation, even if you didn't recommend it, feel free to leave us a comment or something. That would be awesome. Again, thanks to everybody here in the conversation. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Geektopia. This is AC Decini Adam signing out.